Ladies and gentlemen, let me not beat around the bush this time. It's bacon. I'm sweating. There's football. There's World Cup. I need a trim. There's a lot going on right now. But I just want to say thank you everybody that's joining me for this video. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe. All that good stuff. Because we're going to be talking about England versus Norway this Saturday, taking place, the quarterfinals. And there'll only be one victory and only one team progressing. But yes, let's get into it. Norway, an unexpected team. We can all agree that I've made it this far. Now, I'm not saying they're unexpected because of the quality. Unexpected because Norway haven't been relevant for quite some time. The only great stat I know about them is they've not lost to Brazil in their entire existence. Another great fact is Thor is a Scandinavian, just like the Norwegians. But when Norway went up against Brazil, we saw the demolition of the Brazilian team. We saw Ødegaard playing like his old self. We saw Haaland walking and it pops out of nowhere, scores a sublime header, and then top it off, a left foot shot out of nowhere, beating Alisson, one of the best keepers in the world, cruising to a 2-0 victory. Another part of that game we saw a new talent. Berg on the left side, absolutely amazing. The goalkeeper, fantastic keeper as well, saves a penalty from Bruno Guimaraes. So there's a lot to depict when it comes to Norway because they play great football. And I'll be honest with you, I think a lot of us are surprised. There's a lot of surprises in this World Cup. Now, some surprises are not surprises because online there's been a lot of things, especially around Argentina, for example. Was it a foul on Mo Salah in the box? Shouldn't have been a penalty. Did Argentina deserve to win? I mean, look, at the end of the day, we're no refereeing experts, but we can see things when they happen. And one thing I will say is consistency. And the reason why I'm bringing up this topic is because I don't want England to crash out because of the lack of refereeing consistency. If there's a foul on one end for a trip and there's a foul on this end for a trip, it needs to be given for the same purpose, which is consistency and following the rules. I think it gives a bad taste in people's mouths about FIFA when things like this happen because you invest so much money into VAR, you put all these rules in place, and still you're making errors. Now, I'm not just saying that purely from the Egypt match. I think there's a lot of things. Even Balogun's red card, same thing. I think he should not have been playing. And I think 4-1 is justice being served when things like this happen. But yes, we cannot have no officiating inconsistencies in this one because it will be the worst way to crash out of this tournament. But yeah, moving on from the refereeing antics. England, I'll be honest with you, surprised me a lot. Because they're getting the job done, as I mentioned before. I sound like a broken record because I keep saying it. But they're grafting. And if grafting is the way to reach the final, so be it. And I think this will be another test as well. Like I said, when it comes to knockout stages, every team you face is going to be strong. Now, there might not be teams that you would have picked to win the World Cup. But they're there at this stage for a reason because they possess the ability to move closer to the final. And Norway is going to be a great attack, which Norway have. And I would probably say defensively, they're not the best, but I do feel like they're kind of similar to England. Like England do allow a lot of space sometimes. And Norway kind of realize the same thing as well. One thing I will say, which is the difference, is who can retain the ball more. I've not seen it as much from England. Like I said, when it comes to silly, lazy passes, when it comes to the blame game, when it comes to players just out of position or players being tired, I don't feel like our ball retention is great. With Norway, this is quoted by Vinicius Jr., it's hard to press Norway because of how well some players hold the ball. And one of the players that we mentioned was Martin Ødegaard. And despite his critics, club football-wise, when Martin Ødegaard holds the ball, he barely gets dispossessed. He knows exactly when to pass. He knows exactly when to release it. Another interesting thing is, how will Konsa and Gahey match up against Haaland? Now, we saw Brazil Gabriel and Marquinhos. And I'm sure everyone can agree that duo is definitely better than England's duo when it comes to centre-back. Gabriel and Haaland, they've had their back and forths in the Premier League with Arsenal, Man City, with the title, the race, everything. We know that. But on that day, Haaland showed who's class. Haaland, he is a he's a big handful. He's a big handful. And it's up to Guehi and Konsa to stop him. Now, will they double up on Haaland? If that does happen, that creates more space for players like Martin Odegaard. For players like this guy Berg, who just come out of nowhere. For Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob, phenomenal talent, by the way. So I feel like England are going to have a real tough test. But I'm not going to sit here and just highlight Norway. England have a fantastic squad. England have fantastic talent. Some things have happened between the Mexico game and now. Jordan Henderson broke his arm celebrating. Get well soon, mate. I mean, it's crazy. I saw the video. The way he snapped his arm, absolutely dreadful. It looked so painful. I shouldn't be laughing because he broke his arm, but I mean, breaking your arm when you're celebrating, yeah, the irony is just crazy. Jarell Konsa, red card right back. We're hoping we can get a solid player to play right back. Don't know who it's going to be, Jed Spence. I'll pick my team sheet in a minute. But we definitely need to make sure we have a strong team. Because Haaland is going to be doing some damage. Odegaard will be doing some damage. And obviously, when it comes to the front three, as great as Haaland is, as great as Oscar Bob is, as a young talent, I feel like England's attack on paper is better than Norway's. Because Kane and Haaland, I'm not going to sit and say, athletically, Haaland's miles past Kane. But the job is to score goals. And Kane's goal scoring abilities, in my case, I think is better than Haaland's. In some cases, club-wise. Country-wise, Haaland is doing his thing. And, you know, they're both quality strikers in their own way. You know, Haaland, he can run at defenders. Kane's not really, that's not really his game. Kane's game is, he's a poacher. Haaland's a bit of a poacher, but at the same time, he's such a great aerial threat. When he runs at you, defenders are terrified. He can win the balls in the air from a goal kick. It's his speciality. Corners. And, I mean, look, Berg crossed in, boom. Goal came out of nowhere. And Brazil as well, they had a fantastic squad. Still couldn't contain Norway. Now, some reports are saying that the Norwegian team a bit sick, a bit ill. Now, I don't know how true this is. It's just what you're reading online. Obviously, online, not everything is 100% concrete. There's a lot of fabrication going on, yeah? Whether it's fiberglass, whether it's textiles, whether it's wood. There's a lot of fabrication going on when it comes to online. So how true that is, we don't know. But one thing I do know is Norway will be ready. And so will we. As England football team, we will be ready as well come Saturday. Now let's talk about the team sheet. Team sheet, the attack. I think the attack is going to stay the same. I think the way Gordon played, not bad. Good game. I think Saka will start. And I think Kane up front, of course. Bellingham, as much as he takes long to start up, he's a great asset to England. So he definitely needs to start. Midfield, Declan Rice, he looked extremely tired in that Mexico game. I don't know if it's because of the weather, altitude, I don't know. But he needs to sit out, man. Give this geezer a break. Bring him on as a sub if you need to. Or take him off. But I'm going to say Kobe Mainu and Elliot Anderson. I want them two to start in the middle. Left back, Nico O'Reilly. Two centre backs. I feel like he's going to stick with Konsa and Guehi. Right back, a question mark. Jed Spence, I'm probably going to assume because Jarell Konsa is not able to travel to the game because of the red card. And of course, we're going to have Pickford in goal. England, one thing I will highlight is they managed to soak up the pressure from Mexico. Mexico gave them a lot of pressure and at points in the game. And England managed to deal with it well. Jimenez, the amount of headers he was doing, the way Pickford was able to parry the ball away, the way Pickford was able to anticipate these shots and headers, I mean, props to him. He deserves his credit. He's had his critics, but he's definitely earned my respect. I know people can say, oh, but he's conceded 2 goals. Listen, he's conceded 2 goals. That's fine. I accept that. But 2 things. We won 3-2. And I'll tell you what, if it weren't for Pickford as well, we probably wouldn't have progressed. because there's some quality saves he made in that game. And I feel like both goalkeepers are sick. Norway's keeper proved he can hang with the big boys. Yeah, pause. But yeah, that's my team sheet. Scoreline, I'm going to tell you something now. I feel like because getting to the latter stages of this competition, teams are kind of playing very, very tactical. So I don't feel like it's going to be a huge scoreline. I think Norway are going to probably come out, absorb the pressure, kind of what they did with Brazil, come out firing. Maybe England could be doing that too. But I'm going to go with 2-1 to England. Norway will definitely score. Haaland, too much quality. And I think Norway's attack, the way they play football, I'm not even just going to talk about individual brilliance. I feel like they will definitely score. So I think 2-1. Goal scorers, I'm going to say Harry Kane. I'm going to say Jude Bellingham. And I'm going to say Haaland for Norway. So that is it for my match prediction. I just want to say thank you so much. We're almost at 500 subscribers. Remember, I'm doing a shirt giveaway for that. Whether it's club or country, I'll be doing a live draw. So the only way you can enter is obviously by subscribing. Smash a like and even comment down below on this video. And I mean, once we get 500 subscribers, you know, it's a milestone for me and I appreciate everyone's support. Till next time.